My name's Melinda Rogers. I found the BCRC right after I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer in 2017. My sister, Susan Hughes, is involved with BCRC and went to the Christmas fashion shows and the events and was friends with the board and gave me the number and who to call and who to talk to. And it was the first thing I did after my diagnosis. I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer, and it was scheduled for mastectomy, and then after that I was scheduled for 4 months of chemotherapy and 2 months of radiation. The first call I made after my diagnosis was to BCRC, and I came into the office and met with the most friendly staff at the time. This was in 2017. It was like walking into someone's family room with the cozy couches and the pillows, and we sat down, and I knew that I'd found the place I needed to be, a community for myself, and what was in front of me I didn't know what to expect and what was going to happen. So the first service that I started with was the support group, and that was really everything for me throughout the next 4 years of my journey. And the support group I came and I was able to talk with women who have been through everything I was going to go through. And they were wonderful, and it was honest, and it was real, because oftentimes your family and your friends want to help you, but they don't really know how. So the support group was on Saturdays, and I came to everything I could and found out what to expect after surgery, after having a mastectomy. So there's a lot going on with that, how to adjust your life and how you look and how you accept it. And these were women all stages of the journey. So some had already been through it, they were all in front of me, they'd started their treatment. So I was just in stage 1 of trying to get information. So I was prepared when I went in for that surgery, and it was actually probably one of the easiest parts of the journey. And the next step after my surgery was coming in, getting ready for chemotherapy, which I was very fearful of, petrified, because you hear of all the stories about it. And here were these wonderful women that have been through it and told me exactly the reality, what it was like, what it was going to feel like. And they gave me tips ahead of time on how to get ready for it. So one of the tips was to get a wig early. Don't wait till you're not feeling well, so I went out and got my wig, went down to Kim's on 8th Street and had that done, and that felt good. So I was checking things off my list as I went along. The next thing they told me was, you might not want to wait till you're in chemo and watch your hair start to fall out. So they suggested that you go ahead and shave your head. And I called my sweet hairdresser, Tiffany, and asked if I could have a private appointment. I didn't want to be out there in the salon in front of everyone, and she offered to come to my home to shave my head. And my sister was there. So that's when it all started to come together, how people would reach out and help you and get you through all these different stages. The ways that I'm thriving right now is that I'm 5 years cancer-free. It's a milestone in the cancer world. I'm encouraged, and I want to be encouraging to others, because oftentimes it's a hard road. And my thrive is my positive attitude and wanting to reach out and to let people know that we can beat this thing, and there's hope. There's hope for each one of us. And I appreciate things more in a very strange way. Cancer was one of the best things that ever happened to me, because it changes everything in an instant. What you once valued, you might not value as much anymore. And then your family and friends and everything become the most important. I'm grateful, number one, probably for my faith that helped me walk through this journey. I'm grateful for my friends and my family that supported me. Everyone at the Breast Cancer Resource Center, Silvana, all the staff, every support group. It takes a village. I know that's said a lot, but it's true. And the doctors and the surgeons, and I'm most thankful for the radiologists that caught this on my second mastectomy, because oftentimes they go unthanked. And so with your first, you're in shock, but then it was like, wow, that was a blessing that they were able to find that for me. And so I feel like that's part of the journey, is accepting that and being thankful for it and for everything that came after. The advice I would give, and I do give to those who are newly diagnosed, is to get prepared for a fight. You've got to have a winning spirit. Embrace your friends and your family. Use the Breast Cancer Resource Center for all the services they can help and offer you in connection with the great medical treatments, and to take one day at a time, because it seems like it's never going to be over, but eventually the treatments are over and you come out the other side and you can beat this thing. I think it's all about attitude going in, and if you focus on getting healthy and taking advantage of all your resources and doing the treatments, you have a pretty good opportunity to survive and thrive. Thriving means, for me, according to the Webster Dictionary version of it, we flourish amidst our circumstances or because of our circumstances. And that pretty much sums it up for me, and I think many cancer survivors. We flourish because of the circumstances we've been put through, because you have to be strong and you have to fight, and that's what thriving is for me. My name is Melinda Rogers, and I'm a thriver. Thank you.